Hello everyone! Before we get started with today's video in which we make these things, I wanted to give you a heads up. There are 3 videos that are private. They are going to go live over the next 3 weeks soon. I'm not sure which week it's going to start, but soon. I think it's called Who Let the Cats Out, but it's a series of 3 videos, and the first 2 were filmed like 3 years ago. So I've had those in queue for a long time because I needed to make the 3rd video and then everything blew up. So I was gone for quite a while. So I never finished the 3rd video. And the reason I didn't put them out at the time I did the video is because they were a gift for my friend from childhood, who we've been friends since I was 4. She was 5.5, I think. So I didn't want her to see those videos before I sent her gifts. I finally finished the 3rd one. The 3rd one was filmed, I don't know, a couple of months ago. When you see those videos, when you see 3 videos in a row of a cat series, then you'll know that those were videos waiting to be published when the 3rd one was done, and that I'm actually working on another project behind the scenes. And that's why I'm holding those videos in reserve until I actually need the time away from filming and editing that I can focus on what I'm doing and still have a video for you guys, because I didn't want to leave you just with 3 weeks of nothing, or 2 weeks, however long it takes me to finish this thing I'm working on. Just a heads up so you know, okay? Let's get into today's video and we'll make some angels. Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Laurie. Today we're going to make the little paperclip angel that I showed you a few videos back, because I need to clear off my table and this stuff's in the way. Actually, I'm in the mood to do some angels today, and I sat down and I thought I'm gonna do a few more of these, and I thought I'm gonna go ahead and film it this time. I don't have any Christmas papers. I was gonna make a Christmas paper, but I don't have time to do that today, so I'm just gonna look through a few of these little pads that I've got here and see if anything stands out to me that I'd like to do today for the angel. Maybe one will be Christmassy, and I have this little washi tape that says Merry Christmas on it that we might could put across to imply that it's Christmassy. But the first thing I have to do is change my paper, because this is past its time. This paper, this is the drop paper that's been on my table for a long time, and it's kind of past the point of liking. I don't love it anymore. I love parts of it. I love this part. I love this area, but I don't love the paper anymore. So I think what I want to do, maybe I'll do this with you another time, but I think what I'm going to do is take this paper and try to do something on it to bring it back from this stage, because there's a stage where I'll stop and I like it, and it might be kind of bare, it might not, but this went a little too far. I just don't love it. So I think I might try to bring it back from this and see if I can make something I like. But I want to get rid of these papers off the side, and I'll put down some fresh, which I have sitting right here. This is just newsprint. I love to use newsprint as my drop paper. It's very lightweight and it's great for catching extra things, paint, and things like that. And then I do stuff with them. So what we're gonna do first, where's my pattern? Here's my pattern. All I did was take a piece of paper, I folded it in half. Take a larger sheet, don't take this size, but take a larger sheet. I drew a head, and then a shape of a wing, and the little body, and make it bigger so you can cut it down until you get it the way you want it. And I just cut on it until I got the shape I wanted. And I did that with all these, just drawing up little shapes. They don't have to be perfect shapes. They just, you know, have to have a similarity of what you're trying to go for. That's what makes them so cool. They're not perfect. They're just little whimsical, funky, primitive looking angels. I love this one. I might make another one of those today if I have time. And this is the same angel done in fabric. I just cut it out and stitched it by hand, and I really like that. And if I had more gumption, I would make more, but I don't have the gumption for that right now. So anyway, there's my pattern, and I'm going to use the same board that I used the other day, the Tim Holtz Grunge paper. It's very pliable and I like working with it. So when this is gone, I don't have any more, and I don't think you can get it anymore. But you could use cardstock. You could use a mixed media paper or watercolor paper or something that's stiff enough to hold up to what you want to do. You don't have to use this. I just happened to have it, thought I'd try it, liked it, so I've been using it. So I've traced my little angel out onto the board, or a piece of, I guess, paper doesn't feel like paper to me. That way I can either cut it out or I can cover it and then cut it out. So for her, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look through my papers and see if I can find something I wanna play with today that is Christmassy looking. Probably won't find much because I don't have any Christmas paper. I had stacks of paper. I went through them all and I gave them to a school. I gave a lot of them to a school because I just thought it's not my style anymore. It's not my taste. I don't have time to use all this. I'm never going to use all this paper. I don't need all this paper. So I went through and got rid of tons of it. And then I look back now and it's like, I kind of wish I had that Christmas paper I got rid of. I'd use it, but I don't have it anymore. This looks kind of Christmassy. That might look good on there. We'll keep that off to the side. Let's see, what else have we got? This is more 60s hippy dippy chicky paper, so I don't think we'll use anything in there for Christmas. This I just liked, so I pulled it out because I thought maybe if I could, I would do one out of that. All right, well, maybe it's this one. Let's look through here one more time. I like those. They're double-sided. I like double-sided paper, but then again, if I like both sides, I have a problem with using it because I don't want to lose one side. They always come out with new paper that's pretty, so I don't know what I'm carping on about. Do I like that? That would be an interesting little Christmassy angel, but I think I want to go like this. Okay, I am going to change my mind. I like this. It's more Christmassy looking, but this just really speaks to me. And if it doesn't look Christmassy, it just doesn't look Christmassy. As close to Christmas as we're gonna get right now. The back is black. Is there anything in here? These are neutral colors, so we're not gonna find anything really, really Christmassy. The green maybe. I wanted a red. I might go with that one. Just because it's the back and nobody's gonna care. We'll go with that one. Let's just go with this one. Okay, got our paper picked out. This one, we used scraps. This one, same. I think they all were made that way. Yeah. Okay, well, this one's just going to be one sheet of paper. So because of that, all I have to do is glue down my angel on here and then cut it out. I want the stripes to go this way. Oh, I can see through the paper, so that'll work. Okay, so I'm gonna take some glue, just a regular glue stick. Put it all in the back here. And let's put it like this. That's as straight as we're gonna get, because I'm not gonna work at it any harder. I wanna cut this out. Then I'll re-tack down anything that needs to be tacked down with the glue. So cut out your angel either this way or cut out your angel first and then put your papers on top, which way you like. All right, there's my angel cut out. And before I put my backing on, this is such a fast project, guys. You don't have to spend a lot of time on this. And you could have a whole tree full. I'm gonna start pulling off the washi tape. And it says, wishing you a holly jolly Christmas. Kind of want Christmas on there. Put down some glue because I don't trust washi tape. This one's not that sticky. I want the word Christmas on there. And then I'm just going to bring it around to the back and glue it down back there. And that's pretty cute. I'm still going to add something here, so this might get covered some. These are just colored paper clips, and I want to see if there's one in here that I can use. Doesn't stand out a whole lot. Maybe the brown one. We'll use that. I just grabbed these because they haven't been used and I thought it'd be good to use them for something. So I'm going to slide the paper clip onto the backing, but I have to cut this out first. So what I want to do, I'm giving myself the general size of my angel. Now this is adhesive, so it's a problem for me because it'll stick if I take it off. So I've got to pre-make my line so I know where my paper clip's going to go. If this wasn't adhesive, I would just glue all this down except for this, leave it open and slide my paper clip in. But because it's self-adhesive, when I pull this off, it's definitely going to stick. I'm just going to pre-cut out this part. so that I can not have that issue, not have a problem. Okay, so I'm going to peel off the backing since this is adhesive. This paper has been with me a long time, so I'm not going to trust the adhesive. I'm going to add glue. It is pretty sticky considering how old it is, but it doesn't always peel off exactly perfect, but this one did, so that's good. Okay, I'm going to stick my paper clip down here. I want the big end on the outside, the big side, the big part of the clip, and I'm going to put the little part on the inside. You want to leave a little bit open right there so that you can put your little hanger. I think I can go down a little bit more though. It's a little too much. There we go. All right. I'm going to put glue on the back side of my angel. And I wanted to put a little bit of wet glue up here to help hold this down, just to give it extra strength around the head. Since it's got a bulky paper clip there, I didn't want it to gape. So I'm going to take a clip and put that right there so that stays on tight. Okay, then you cut out your backing. It's easier to do without a clip there, so I'm just going to start it. So I'm going to let that dry for a second, and then I'm going to trim up my angel in a better way because I couldn't get it really good because this is in the way. But then you have your backing on. Okay, I've got the rest of her trimmed out. I put the clip back on just to give it a little more time. And I took a piece of scrap that was left over from cutting her out, and I cut a circle. I'm going to put that in the middle of her body. I'm also going to cut one that's about the size of her head to give her a little face. I'm just going to trace her head just to give me an idea of the shape. And then I'm going to cut out probably a little bit inside the line because the face is not as big as the head. Let's see if that worked. It's about right. Maybe we'll go with that. I think I will. All right, so, oh, I forgot it's adhesive. I keep forgetting this is adhesive. 20 minutes later. Okay, I got the back off. A little glue there. And just put the face on. You don't have to have a face if you don't want it. Now I'm going to put this on her body. I don't think I want that on there. I think I want something else. So we're going to scratch that idea. I'm going to try the back of this paper and see if I like a black circle. I kind of like that. So we're going to go with that. So I'll just put some glue and I'll stick it right there. And in a few minutes, we'll write a word. You can distinguish the wings if you want to. You can doodle on here, you can paint on here, you can add more scrap layers, whatever you want to do. I'm going to use walnut stain distress ink to stress around the angel. Might do a little bit on the face, around the edge actually. I'll turn it over and just distress the back area. Now, let's take this little tiny ring, and I've got a tool here somewhere. These are, I don't know, jewelry making things, but I'm not a jewelry maker, so I don't know the names of everything. Little pliers. I do know you want to twist your circle open, but you don't want to pull apart. You want to twist forward and backwards like that. Stick that on there. Let's stick this on. Let's see if it works. I hope it works because I don't want to go dig in for another thing. Ah, it did it. Okay. So then you want to close your ring, and I need another tool to help me because it's too hard to close now. And just bring the ring back together as close as you can get it. Okay. And this flops around. It doesn't bother me. If you go to hang it on your tree, then it'll do whatever it's going to do. But if you're going to put it in your book like this, the clip's on there, just slide it on, and there's your little bookmark. Isn't that cute? I like that. You could put a bunch of them in your book and just, separate your book out. If you're doing an altered book or something, it doesn't have to be a bookmark. Just use these as your little separations. Put the name of the section in your angel. Whatever you want to do. I'm going to put a word on the front. On this one I wrote joy, on one I wrote peace. I like the word joy though for Christmas or for any time really. I think I'll put joy again. First, I am gonna get my white Posca. I know I'm all over the place. I think it was because I just had coffee. I'm gonna put little white dots around my circle first, just to highlight the circle. Instead of lines, I have dots, which makes it stand out. And then I'm gonna use this Arteza Jelly Roll pen, which I love and adore. And I'm gonna write the word joy. All right, that's it. That's all you have to do. And you can embellish these as much as you want. You can leave them plain. You can paint them, whatever you want to do. I just think these are adorable. And they look so cute in a book. There you go. So let's make another one. And this time, let's not put this thing at the top. Let's just make it a plain angel. And maybe put a hole for hanging. Or just make it a paper clip without this. That might be good. I'm going to trace out another one of these little angels. I might trace out several. I might trace out as many as will fit. Plus, I'm going to do one more of these. I won't do them all on camera today, but I do want to have them ready to go. But I want another one of these. I've only made one. I think this is short about this one. Okay, I've got my little angels traced. I managed to get 4 on this sheet. This is a partial sheet. It's not a full sheet. I got the wings on here for the other angel, and I pulled out a scrap to get the body. And I want one of these papers. Ooh, that's a pretty one. And then I need backing for it, which we will deal with in a second. But I'm just gonna go ahead and glue this down right here like this. It doesn't matter. Here's my little angel. I was looking for a backing for it, and I decided to use a paper from this stack. I've had this a while. I've had most everything I'm showing you right here for a long time, so I don't know if they still make it. I'll look and see. If they do, I'll put the links in the description with everything else. But I like this pink. So I think I want to put a pink background on my angel. So I'm just going to glue my angel down. And I'm not putting a paper clip in this one, but I could. Maybe I'll put a white one. I'll have to do it before it dries, so let me go ahead and get this cut out right here. I wouldn't have done the paper clip if I didn't have a white one, but I like the white one. Okay, pull it apart, stick it down in here. Because I'm not going to hang this angel, I'm not leaving any sticking up, but I am going to put a little bit of this wet glue to help hold it. I'm going to give it a little distressing around the body. I'm trying to decide if I want to add anything more. Okay, I did decide that I'm gonna put a face on, and how can I not? Look at this little watch. I'm gonna use that. I doubt I would use it for anything else. It might be a little too big for my girl. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll make it the body part. I have this circle that we didn't use on the last angel that we made that I could cut down to size. That's kind of cute. Kind of wish that it went out further, like a little belt. I might could cut some little black lines off of this paper to finish off the belt for the angel. I kind of like that. So what I'm gonna do, all this little detail work, oh my goodness. I'm gonna put glue on the back of the watch, put it on the piece of scrap. Then I'm gonna take the edges of this watch and I'm going to trim it down to the size of the scrap that I put down there. Okay, and then just a little bit of distress ink around the head. It is a simple, basic little paper clip bookmark. How cute, how cute. Let's see what it looks like in here. You could go this way, but I just prefer it this way for some reason. I guess the shape. I think that's just adorable. Okay, let's do one more. I want to take the scraps that I didn't use, these papers here. All right, we're going to do this one. I really like this angel. I love this paper as the body. So what I'm going to do is use this as the body on this little angel. And I'm going to go up and down like this. And then I think I'm going to make the wings out of this, which I think would be really pretty. And then maybe the face out of that. And then maybe something in the center out of the pink. I like this black in there, so I want the black in there. So let's do that. It did not go all the way to the edge of the head, so I can either trim the head down some, because I did make it a little bigger than what the trace was. So, oh, and that's cute. I like that. So what I think I want to do, let's just cut a circle and let's see what happens. Oh, that kind of looks like hair and cheek, and I kind of like that. All right. So how do I do this? Oh, I got to cover the back first. So I think I'll cover the back in this pink. This will be really cute wings. And I need a front and back. Hopefully I have enough of the pink. Yeah, actually, do I want this? So this would be the wing like this. Do I want it to be like that when I turn it around? Yes. Except I don't have enough room, do I? I don't have enough room to go this way, so it's gonna have to be this way, which is fine. Okay, there's my wings. Oh, that's so cute. I did not put a hanger in between her head. If you want to do what I did on this one, you need to put that on before you put the backing on. Put it in between her head and the backing. I didn't do that. I kind of forgot about that, but I really don't think I need to do that because I could poke a hole. I still could add a paper clip here if I wanted to. You could put it right here on the wing and then glue the wings on, and then you could paper clip that way. And that way the angel would stick above the book like that. Oop, like that. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Okay, I did decide to go ahead and leave the paper clip on here. I'm gonna put quite a bit of glue right here, and I didn't distress. So while this is coming out, I usually store it upside down like this. There's a hole in this one that would keep leaking out, so I can't do that, just in case you're wondering why I don't have it upside down. So let me go ahead and distress my wings real quick. Okay, now let's go ahead and put some glue. Will it come out now? It's coming. See, it comes out the side. It doesn't come out the bottom. It's crazy. I've had the worst luck with glue lately. So I'm gonna put the clip here. And I'll probably get another one. There, that'll work. Okay, now we'll let that dry. Okay, let's see if that's dry enough. I think it is. Allie stole my chair, so I have to stand for the finishing of this. I took a 1-inch circle punch and I just punched a circle. Rather than cutting it freehand, I punched it. I'm distressing the edge. I'm going to glue that there, and I want a word. I was going to write a word, but I decided not to. I went through my little small talk words and I found the word believe, which is what I want, but it's part of a sentence, but I'm just going to cut it off. It says miracles happen when you believe, but I just want the word believe. Okay, I'm going to put a little glue across here to hold it on, even though it's sticky. You know how I am. Okay, put that in the center. Then you can hear my chair squeaking. I'm not sitting in it. I'm standing. Okay, then put that right there. Okay, now we have a little angel that's gonna stick in the book. And when you put it in there, it's gonna poke out the top like that. Isn't that cute? Can you see? Yes, you can see. That's so cute. I like that. I like that version the best, I think. I like both angels, but I like the version of sticking out the top the best. So today we created this one. And where's the other one? Did we create another one? We did, didn't we? Yes, I liked this one a lot. This one. This is a little bit offset. I kind of messed up on this one. That's okay. You're still cute. You'll look cute in a book. I think my favorites are these two, though. I just love that paper. It's the next day. We are switching gears. Yesterday, well, in this video, we made 3 little bookmark paperclip angels, and I adore them. I think they're so cute. But I was sitting here and I was playing around and I was thinking I really want to do a little bit more with these angels in this video. And I was playing around with this little canvas. It is not done by any stretch of the imagination. So, but I'm abandoning it because I got frustrated with it. So we're moving on to something else. Actually, what I really want to do, I think would be really cute, is if we make 3 more of these little angels, and I'm going to do this pretty quick because I don't want the video to be too long. If we make 3 more of these little angels and put them like on a canvas like this. I don't think I'll put this little dangly on there. I think I'll leave that off. But I think I would like this style angel at the top and bottom, and then the little squatty one in the center. I think that'd be really cute. And then you can hang that on your wall anytime. I'm gonna hang it in my art room probably. I looked for inspiration for color, and I really like this paper pad, and I don't think I've ever used anything out of it, but I really liked the background color. I really like this one where it's more tan, taupe, and browns, and so I think I'm going to go with this one. I've decided to use the Master's Touch Dark Titanium White, and I have this bottle. I need to make some more. This is white paint and water mixed together so that I can pour this on something and drip it and let it run. And I have a little bit left in the bottle, and I'm going to use that to mix in with this to kind of give it a more washed look, to maybe accomplish something like this. I don't know, we'll see. And then I have some inks that are India inks. This is brown and this is sepia. I'm going to use one of those, probably the sepia. That appeals to me the most in the jar, but I don't know until I sprinkle it on there what I'm going to think. And I'm going to use this paper for the angels. Let's start with the canvas. This is an Artist Loft canvas, and it is 4 by 12. So I'm just going to take some paint. I use a bigger brush. It's a softer brush because I want to cover more area, and I'm going to use water. I mix water with a lot of my stuff. Some of you may not like to do that. That's fine. You don't have to. So I'm going to get my brush nice and wet and just get water on my canvas. And then I'm going to put some paint down. And spread it all around. I'm going to do the sides too while I'm at it. I like the color, but while it's wet, I'm going to throw some of this liquidy white in there. Oops. And see what it does. Oh yeah. Based on what I can see, that's going to be great. But I want a little more of this, this paint on there first. It's going to take a while for this to dry because it is so wet. Let's put some of this on there. Okay. It's going to kind of spread around just a little bit here and there. I'm trying to decide if I want to throw some of this sepia in there while it's wet. I kind of want to see what it'll do. Ooh, I don't think I want the sepia, so I may have to wait for this to dry to throw it in there. Try the brown and see what it does. I think the brown's not dark enough. I really want a color called Antelope. I haven't ordered that. I need to order that. Okay. It's too soon, so we're going to let this dry, and then we're going to throw our ink in. I put my canvas to the side to do a little more drying, and I pulled out the papers that I want to use from this paper stack. This is called the Garden Tea Party Stack by Die Cuts with a View. And what I did was I just went through and pulled the ones I liked the best that I could interchange for 3 different angels. And I really liked these 3 for wings and bodies. And I pulled out these because there's such a variety on here, and the pieces are big enough that I can put my pattern piece in there and use any one of these for wing or body to go with one of these if I want. And I also liked this, which reminded me of using this paper with all the different striped images. So I could use that as a body or wings. So I'm going to decide on that, and then I'm going to cut out all my shapes. We don't need to do backings for these because they're going to be on a canvas. So you're only going to need one side. You don't need a backing side. We're not using paper clips or anything like that. We may put a face on. I'm not sure. I'll know once I get it cut out and start working on it if I want to put a face. But right now, what I'm going to do off camera is just go through my papers, make my decisions on what's going to be a body, what's going to be a wing, and then probably trace them out and cut them out so that when I come back, they're ready to go. The process of cutting out my little pieces, and I wanted to tell you that I'm changing something I'm going to do just to show you that you don't have to stick with just regular options. I pulled out all those papers and none of them suited me for wings for this angel, but I really like this area. And this is textured, not that it matters, but I think I'm going to put my wing in here and cut that out so that this angel has more of a darker background. I might angle it like this so that I get some of this in there and some of this in there, and that way there's a little color. I think that'll work really good. So, just so you know, you don't have to stick with traditional leave your little papers intact. I have my angel pieces cut out and my canvas is dry enough. I want to see which ink I like the best on this paper. This sepia, I think, is not doing a good job. It's kind of yucky. It's probably fine, but not for this. So I think I'll get rid of that. Unless I water it down and it looks better. I don't know, it might look better watered down. I may try that. I can always take it off. And the brown, maybe brown and sepia together? The paper is soaking it up so fast that it's hard to tell. No, I think the sepia. Okay, I've changed my mind. I'm not using brown, not using sepia, not using India ink. I went and got my distress inks, and I'm gonna see if one of these suits me better. I think the tea dye might be the best one for what I want to do. The problem with distress ink is that it's not permanent like the ink. So if I use the ink, it'll dry and it won't move. If I use the distress ink, it will move. So what I want to do is spread it with, instead of water, I'll use Collage Podge, or you could use Mod Podge or a matte medium. Let's try the tea dye. What I might do is use a little bit of water to get it spread, and then I'll put Collage Podge on it. Use a little bit of water. That should be permanent. I think that's what I want to do. And that gives it a little bit of a stained color. And then when I'm all done, I'll put a layer of Collage Podge down, probably after I put all my little angels on. So let's go ahead and put this in different areas. Put a little bit of water to smear it around and splatter. I might try something different. Yeah, we're gonna stop with the water and we're just gonna use Collage-Page. I think that'll be fine. I think it'll spread it enough for me. Yeah, I won't get splatters, but that's okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit of water with my Collage-Page and see if I can get a little bit of splattering. Just combining everything and trying to get it to work. This would be easier if I just had a spray that had this color that I wanted, but I don't have that. So this is going to work fine. I think it's going to give me exactly what I want. It's subtle. It's not dark. Okay, I'm just going to play with this a little bit longer, and then I'm going to let this dry. And while it dries, I'm going to distress my angels with walnut stain distress ink. This will spread a little bit because it is not permanent when I put my Collage-Page over it. But if I do it now and then do a little bit later, maybe I'll get enough on there that it won't disappear too bad. All right, this is almost dry. I did use the heat tool a little bit to speed it up, but what I want to do next is go ahead and assemble my little wings onto my angel. I have the wing designed to go this way. This is the top, the bigger area, but I think for this little angel, I'm thinking I want to turn the wing around for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm going to. So I'm just going to glue my wings and the body together. All right, for this one, maybe I'll turn the wings around for this one too. Is it going to matter that much? I'm curious if it'll be a big difference. Not really. I'm going to leave it the way I intended it on this one. This angel, I'm going to add a face for sure. I'm going to add something in the center here. I might put a little bit on the wings. I'm going to see if I can get my 1-inch punch around one of these little chunky birds. I want that one, I think. It's a little bit darker. It's kind of in between. I'm going to lose some of the tail, but that's okay. Actually, I don't want to lose the tail. Let's just cut it out by hand. Since we can't get the whole bird, let's cut the whole thing out. Okay, I like that. I'm going to cut this down a little bit more, but I like that bird on there, so we're going to go with that. And for the face, I think I want to use one of my little circles here on this paper. You can see that some are darker, some are lighter. I want to try to use a lighter one. All right, I have little faces on my angels, and I'm going to put my angels on here now, and I'm going to use Collage-Page to glue them down and to seal the canvas. And I'm wanting this to be very basic and simple, so we're not going to do a lot of doodling and changing to this. I'm going to put the bottom one on first, so then I have an idea about how far from the top to come, because I'm going to go about the same distance from the bottom, from the top that I did from the bottom, and I'm not measuring, so no time for measuring. It's going to take a minute for this to catch because it is on a canvas. Okay, this is pretty much almost done. I have a couple more things I want to do. I took my Versa chalkboard marker. I wrote around the edge Angels Among Us. It's not legible, you can't read it very well, but that's what I wrote. And I think I might put a little bit on the top here. Yeah, I like that. If you do happen to do this the way I'm doing it, and you are going to try to write around it with a Posca pen, or you could use any kind of white, I would suggest doing it before you put your angels down. because it's a last minute decision. I already had my angels down and I decided I want the text on the canvas, but I think it would have been better if I'd have covered the whole canvas with the writing and then put my angels down. Just saying. You never know until you get there, but sometimes I pass up a step that maybe I should have taken before I make another step. But, you know, I'm creating on the fly here, so it happens all the time. I'm used to it. But anyway, afterthought is put your text down first with your pen. I am going to outline my angels. I decided not to use the Posca pen at this point. I might still use it, but I'm going to use my Faber-Castell. This is the small nib set. I don't use them very often, but I've had them for years and they're still working great. So what I like about these is I can put it on and wipe it back a little bit, and it kind of gives it a distressed look, but not too much. So this is raw umber. I like the raw umber. I'm gonna go around the angel at the edge of the paper, and then I'm just gonna smear it with my finger as I go. And if you need it to be wet a little bit, you can wet it with your brush just a little bit before it dries. And then I think when it dries, it's permanent, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I've gone around all the angel, and I went around the face and the little centerpiece here. I haven't decided if I'm gonna put a centerpiece here. I probably will, because I think it will complete the look. So I'll do that later. Right now, I want to go around the edges with an ink pad, permanent ink pad, stays on. It's either going to be black or brown. And my black, these are two that I kept. They're old. You can't stamp with them anymore, but you can scrub with them. And it gives it a distressed look. Let's see what the brown looks like first. Let's see what the black looks like. The brown has more in it than I think I want the brown, but I put too much black on there and that won't come off because it is inside the crevices of my canvas. Okay, that's all right. We're gonna go brown. All right, I'm gonna have to go light-handed because it's not great for stamping, but it's still got a lot of ink in it, if that makes any sense. So do the edges a little bit. There, that just adds a little bit of something. I have gone ahead and I've cut my little circles for the top and bottom angel. I put them on and I've gone around it with the raw umber Pitt pen. And then I've gone around everything with a white Posca pen, just sporadically, and kind of smudged it with my finger. And then I put a little halo above each one with white Posca, and then I used the warm gray Faber-Castell Pitt pen. And now I'm going to go over that again because I don't want it to be like real standout with the white Posca. So it's kind of shadowy looking, but you can tell there's something there, I think. I don't know if you can, but I can. I think that's all I'm going to do. It's another cute way to use your little angels. So in this video, we accomplished making a paperclip bookmark with a little hanging halo, a paperclip bookmark of a different style. There's this one. I hope this gives you some ideas, some inspiration. Just cut out some shapes and start making different things. You can make a big canvas out of this if you want to. You can make a big canvas with squares and angels could look different in each square. That'd be really cute. If I had time, I'd do that today because that really appeals to me, but I need to move on to something else today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.